Hi everyone, Liam Magpie here, and today I've got something new from Jurassic World, and this is the Jurassic World Primal Attack Massive Biter Tarbosaurus. I'm hoping I have pronounced that right. It's quite tricky to pronounce. This is actually from Smyths, finally out in the UK, so I'm really excited about that. I've done a few reviews on the other new ones come out from Mattel, and they're finally now out in the UK, so I'm going to link this in the description box down below. Don't be fooled what it says on the Smyths website. It all says offline. There's none in stock, sorry. And yeah, there isn't much more I can say. The overall packaging looks the same as all the other Primal Attacks. So you've got the Primal Attacks logo there, Jurassic World there, the figure in action there. This is a massive biter. This one doesn't make sound, and you use the tail to swivel and it'll move its jaw, which we'll check out. That all won't get it out of the packaging. The packaging overall is just really cool, with the sunset in the background and fencing, and there isn't much more I can say about the packaging. I'm not mega excited about this figure, but I am at the same time. It looks really cool, the colouring. This is the back of the box, and this one I've already done a review on, so check that out. And overall I think it looks really cool. This is the figure, how to use it on the back, and the picture of it looks really cool. And then it's compatible with the Jurassic World Facts app, and I will show you that, the code, whilst I'm filming. So yeah, there isn't much more I can say. This one retailed for, I think this one retailed for either £19 or £26. I think it was £19, and then the croc was £26, as it's a bit more of a bigger figure. It looks overall really cool, and I can't wait to get it out of the packaging. So I'm going to stop going on, and I'm going to get it out of the packaging. And there's an overall look. So everyone, I've got the Tarbosaurus out of the packaging. Like I said, forgive me if I pronounced that wrong. But yeah, overall thoughts, I think it looks really great. There's odd little bits what put me off it, and there's odd little bits what I really like about it. Overall, I love the colours, and I love the sculpt. The colours are in this really nice stone grey. It's a little bit lighter on camera, but it's actually darker in person. It's like a dark grey, and then this is like a black grey with a tint of blue in it, which looks really nice. I love the way they've done the colouring. And then this pop of red threw me off at first, but now that I've seen it in person, it looks really nice. I think they needed to add some type of pop of colour, and that looks really good, the way they've done that. Some really nice jaw detailing around the mouth, and then that paint splatters around, that red splatters around and scatters around the underneath of the belly. I wish it followed down all the way through, so if they're going to add a pop of red, I feel like they should have popped that from underneath the belly, because it's all one tone of grey, so there's no like shading or definition of the paintwork. But this is the face sculpt up close. Looks really amazing. I love the scaling around the nose, and then the divot around the snout bit here of the face, and then these texturing around the eye, and then the eye is painted in this red colour, and it's quite small, but looks really nice. I like the way it's done some scaling there, with some black pin on it there. It's really hard to show, as you can see. It's just got some black bits of detailing around the eye, and the eye pupil looks up. I thought it was an off print, but I looked at a few of them in the shop, and this was the best one. So I don't know if it's meant to be like that, or if the pupil's meant to be in the middle, but it looks like it's looking up and forward. Teeth nicely sculpted as well. They all join on together, and they look a bit bluntish compared to the croc, so check that out. But they vary in size, and then this is the mouth as well, nicely textured tongue and sculpt on the tongue. It's got a nice sheen to it, looks quite realistic, and yeah, I think it looks quite darkish. I don't know why, I just do, but it looks absolutely awesome at the same time. I've got a real disconnect and connect with this type of figure, but it's great that we've got a new species of dinosaurs, so Mattel's done a good job on that. It's just I'm a bit disconnected with it. I don't know why. I might start to like it as I start to use it in photography. And it's just nice to collect another species of dinosaur. And I also have noticed I like the texturing of like scale detailing around the nose there and around the mouth. I like the way they've done that, and it's at the bottom of the jar as well. They've added that there. The only bit I don't like is if you looked in the mouth, it's got a hole right at the back there. So if you wanted to do like a shot in photography, let me just let that focus in. If you wanted to do a shot with that with photography, that would look really odd. But yeah, as you can see, the jaw moves up and down. But yeah, it's minor. I'm being nitpicky because I think I've got this disconnection with it. But overall, I still think it looks absolutely awesome. The spikes on the back are really nicely sculpted as well, as you can see. They've got some nice ridges and crease marks inside the horns. And the spikes go from small to large and vary in size. And they're made out of this really hard plastic that don't have a bend to them at all. Especially the ones on the back. These ones on the head, I got a slight bend, but they're a lot more harder than they are when on previous figures. So that's got a slight bend, but then the ones on the back, they're like full hard plastic. So be careful with them, they could snap off, but they feel really strong. But yeah, that's weird that they've used hard. Usually they're quite rubbery and they can bend a little bit. So I don't know why Mattel's done that. Maybe it's because maybe some people have complained about it. And then these spikes follow down all the way down to the tail. And the tail has got some really nice crease marks and textures as well. Really nicely sculpted. And then the spikes go from dark with this dark colour going all the way down to the grey. The skin always has these freckling throughout the skin as well, but this one doesn't really seem to have it. I've noticed, I think that's like one of the first times I've noticed that they don't have that. And then the pattern overall is in this striped colour. So as you can see there, it's got some stripes going through the grey, which looks really cool. And I really like this colour with this grey. I think it really looks good together. And the overall textures of the body look really nice as well. So you get some really nice fold detailing, crease detailing on the belly here. Some crease detailing and muscle definition on the legs there, with some more crease lines going throughout the skin. A little bit around the knee as well. Nice muscle definition there. Articulation in the bottom of the feet here, and the feet aren't painted. I wish that they painted these actually, and the claws. Usually, sometimes I don't mind it, and then sometimes I do. But if they painted them that colour, so this dark colour on there, that would look really cool. But overall, the sculpts on the feet look really nice, and the arms have this muscle definition as well. Some nice muscling around there and around the claw area. And this is the underneath of the belly. There's the Jurassic World symbol there. And if you're doing the Jurassic World Facts app, there is the code there. So scan away. There's a bit of plastic on the foot there. Can you see how it's joint? I'm going to just take that off in a sec. But scan away for the Jurassic World Facts app. But there isn't much more I can actually say sculpt wise. All I can say is the sculpt really makes the figure. That's what I think what makes me really like it. They've added a lot of textures and folds and creases in the skin, and I like when they've added a lot of detail like that. But my disconnect with it is I think it looks a bit darkish. I know you're all going to probably come for me in the comment section, but I personally do think that it looks a little bit darkish. The colours are absolutely amazing. I can't say nothing bad about the colours at all. I just wish that they joined a little bit more of the red going down to the body, because I feel like it just looks a bit disconnected. And usually I haven't got like a bad word to say about these figures, but I'm giving you my honest review. I feel like I will warm up to it as time goes on. I think it's because I don't know a lot about the species of dinosaur as well. And I think if it didn't have this pop of red going down at the bottom, I feel like it needs some kind of shading or definition underneath the belly, as it is all just red, black and grey. There's no other type of grey. There's not even like a cream colour. Usually they put like a shade in a cream underneath the belly. And yeah, so now I'm going to show you the action feature. So as you can see here, this is the action feature button. Blends really nice as usual. And this is what you do. So you can press the button, it'll move its jaw up and down like that. So that's really cool. And then you can actually move its head side to side by swiveling the tail. And it can chomp and eat its prey. And yeah, so that's the action feature. You can actually lower it down to the floor, make it look like it's eating, or you can rise it up like that. And I've noticed with the articulation on the legs that this is what puts me off as well, and I'm a bit scared they've done it with quite a few of the bigger figures. But it's got like a locking mechanism with the legs. I think this is because a lot of the old figures, they're dropped down like that, they're drooped down, so I think they've done it for that. But if you wanted to do it for running purposes and play purposes, I think it's going to be quite hard to do. But they've done articulation on the feet. You've got to move the legs like that, and then on this side, you can actually, that locks as well, but you can move. If you hold one leg, you can actually move this leg on its own. But this one, you can't. It's really stiff and it clicks. And it's just really awkward. But with a bit of finessing around and messing around with, you might be able to figure out how to make it look like it's running if you want to use it for play purposes. But I love the action feature, I love the movements, and you can move its arms up and down, and you can move them out as well. They're on a joint, and they move really nice. So this figure has been a bit up and down. If I was to give it a scale to 1 to 10 for sculpt, I'd give it a full 10. If I was to give it a scale to 1 to 10 for the way the face looks, I'd give it around an 8 or a 7. The coloured scheme is a 10 out of 10. The sculpt is a 10 out of 10. The articulation, if it didn't have this clicking mechanism with the legs, would have been a 10 out of 10. So I'm going to knock it down to about an 8. There isn't much more I can really say about the figure at all. I love it, and I would recommend it to your Jurassic World collection just because we've got a new species of dinosaur, and if you're not really bothered and you're just sticking it on a shelf, or you just want to use it for some photography, that's great. And kids can still play with it as well, but it's just a bit awkward with the legs. So there's my pros and cons of the figure, and I'm going to do a quick size comparison now, and then I'm going to end this review. So everyone, this is a quick size comparison with the T-Rex, the chomping T-Rex. And as you can see, the T-Rex stands about, I'd say about 3 more inches taller. And but they both look really cool together. And it ain't that it ain't that I hate the figure. I just got a disconnect with it. So don't come for me. People really like the figure. It's my own opinion. I still think it looks absolutely amazing. Anyway, and that's why I picked it up, because I still wanted to have a look at it, and I was curious about it itself. But this is just a quick size comparison, and it looks pretty cool in scale, and I think it'll still do amazing for photography and play purposes as well, even if it is a bit awkward to use. And yeah, and it'll just still look amazing just to sit there on your shelf if you're just a collector. So give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel. I'll have more Jurassic World content coming out soon. I will link this figure in the description box down below. I think it was £19 or £26 from Smyths Superstore, so I will link it in the description box down below. Like I said, don't be fooled by the website by saying that they're out of stock. I went in and I just asked, and I got my hand. No, well, there was already there, but I just asked, and they'll probably go to the back or to the top of the shelves and get you one down. And yeah, so give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel. I'll have more toy related stuff coming out soon, and more Jurassic World stuff coming out soon, and there isn't much more I can say. I hope you've enjoyed this review. So I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.